los 40 desde casa es presentado por Tarjeta 40.
Hola a todos en los 40, ¿cómo están? Yo soy Gaby Cam y estoy muy contenta este día de recibir a uno de los DJs, podría decir que más importantes del mundo. Acaba de presentarse hace no mucho tiempo en EDC México, tuvimos la oportunidad de estar con él y ahora está presentando un nuevo sencillo, Naked, junto a Max, que estoy segura de que será una canción que los va a poner a bailar y los va a poner de buenas. Jonas Blue está con nosotros. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you in the world?
I'm in London at the moment in my home studio, and I've been here since March. Actually, I think I saw you last at EDC Mexico, and now yeah, I did my UK and Ireland tour, and then I've been at home ever since, and I'm ready to get back on the road now. That's for sure.
That was exactly what I was going to ask you. Like, what happened after last time I saw you? How has your life changed, and how have you dealt with all this craziness that's going on in the world?
I mean, it's kind of fine for me because I can carry on with making music, so that's been a real benefit. You know, I haven't been on planes and airports and different hotel rooms trying to finish music. I've been here in my home studio, so that's been really great for me. But you know, I definitely miss touring so much, so I'm definitely ready to get back out on the road.
Jonas, Naked is such a hit, and I have to ask you, is there anything you do that's not a hit at all?
There's probably a couple if you did. But yeah, I just try to take risks every time with my music, and that kind of goes back from when I had my first single, Fast Car, and then I did something like Perfect Strangers. You know, they're two very different songs, and then Mama and Rise, and there's these kind of different songs, and I just like to kind of try different things every time rather than do the same. It would just be boring if I did the same. So yeah, Naked has been such a great experience for me. One of my favorites. It's
amazing. I have to tell you that today I just put it on because it's such a, like an uplifting song, and it's such a great way to start your day. And when you're working on a song like that, before you even get the person who's going to sing it, can you somehow tell, okay, this might be a hit? Is there like a way of telling that when you're working on it?
To be honest, with Naked, as soon as we wrote that chorus, and because it started with me on the piano with the dun 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 dun, and then we wrote the chorus, and then we said the word naked. I wish I had a video camera here so you could see that moment when we got that chorus and the lyric, because we were jumping around like schoolgirls. We were like screaming, and we were just like, oh my god, like, how has no one come up with this before? Like, this is we were going crazy at that moment, and I'll never forget it because I've never really had that moment before, but this one was just so special, and it means a lot to me, this record. So I'm just great that I'm really happy that everyone is enjoying it, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
And it's special in so many ways. And I'm kind of curious because I think you've done very good choices with the people you've worked with. I think that has a lot to do as well. I mean, as well as your talent, with how good your career is going, Has it ever happened to you that you write a song and you maybe choose someone to sing it, and then when you hear it, you're like, oh, it doesn't really sound like I expected it to sound?
I mean, I've been very lucky that hasn't really happened to me. What I have had is I remember with one of my singles called By Your Side, which featured Ray, amazing artist, and I actually wrote it with an amazing songwriter. Her name's Gracie, and she sounded so good on it. And this was actually her first ever song. Her first big song that she had ever written. This songwriter called Gracie. She was so good that I wanted to keep her on it, and she wouldn't stay on it because it was too early in her career. So I've had it that way, where sometimes the person that you write it with is so good, but they don't want to stay on it. But then you find someone else to sing it, and they end up working out even better, which is kind of what happened with Ray and By Your Side. But I've been very lucky with the majority of my songs, the people that I've found to sing them have been better, and just I've never really had that, not yet.
And Max is so great as well. You know, like it's kind of like a match made in heaven. So how did you approach him? Like, I've never known when it comes for someone like you who produces and writes and does these songs. Like, do you send somehow like a demo to the artist you want to sing the song? Is there someone else singing the song? How does that work?
Yeah, so the majority of the time I write my songs with two other songwriters. We write all my biggest kind of songs, yeah, it was pretty much a demo. And what happened is I had a song called Rise with Jack and Jack, and I remember last year, I think it was, I was in LA, and we were performing the song and things like that, and there was this guy on the radio called Max who had this massive record called Lights Down Low. And I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? Because his voice is amazing. It'd be great to collaborate with him at some point, because he wasn't very well known in the UK, or much around the world. I mean, to his fans he is, but he's not kind of blown up yet. And I was like, this guy would be amazing for one of my songs. And then, yeah, I wrote Naked. It was pretty much, the whole song was written. And then Max was the first person that I reached out to with the hope that he would record it, because I didn't really know anyone else that could kind of sing like that. And yeah, he said, yeah. I messaged him on Instagram, and he said, yeah, he was up for it. And that's the first take that he recorded that you hear on the song. So it was an amazing experience working with him.
By the way, talking about the UK, I hope you noticed that I gave you my best UK background in my house.
I saw. Thank you.
I'm kind of like a little into it. So as you can see, we have Queen here, and then we have.
I love it.
But, I have to ask you, because I've seen a lot, during this quarantine, a lot of people has been doing videos and music from their houses. But what you guys did, I've never seen before. So can you tell me a little bit about the video? Because I know you shot it in quarantine, wasn't that right?
Yeah. So I recorded it on my driveway in my house. So and my dad was the man behind the camera filming. So and then my mum and my sister was wardrobe and makeup. So it was very much a family affair that helped get that video finished. And Max, his parts were shot in his apartment in LA by his wife. So we had no choice but to get creative with the help of our family and friends. And I think it's one of the most creative videos I've ever done, because Max is a true performer. He's someone that's come from being on Broadway with Ariana Grande and Nickelodeon and things like this. So he's a true performer, and this has got to be one of the first performance videos I've ever done and personally been in. I think obviously there was like Ritual with Rita Ora and Tiesto that we did, but I wasn't a part of that video, and nor was Tiesto. But this was something that was a great experience for me to be a part of, and like I said, he is a true performer. So every time like I'm on the piano playing my parts, I'm like, yeah, Max, but he's not actually there. I'm just pointing to the wall. It was just like, it was quite hard to imagine, but yeah, it was a great experience. And
it must have been hard as well to just go dancing around in front of your family, pretending that
was very hard. That was very hard, because at one point the director was on Zoom with us, and he's like, so imagine like this really beautiful woman crawling across your piano. And I was like, yeah, my mum and my dad are there. Like,
just sugarcoat it a little bit. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. Were there actually where did you get the girls dancing? Is just that is that part just animated at all?
No, they're real humans in that video. Again, they were all shot on their iPhones by by themselves or their boyfriends, and there's actually a couple of guys in the music video as well that I don't think people realize. But yeah, they're all real, and again, just all they had to imagine us. It was very difficult, because you had no TV screens to kind of see the other people there. So you just had to kind of imagine, you know, Max standing next to me, or the dancer on top of the piano or next to me. And it was, I think there's one scene where I'm looking at this girl just walking past and I'm following her, and it's like there was no one there. So you know, but that they're all, everyone's real in it, just we weren't together.
It's such a great video, and I have to tell you, and I think, you know, all of us, while being locked down, have developed somehow different ways of doing things. So what have you learned from yourself, and is there something that somehow being locked has helped you to maybe develop something you didn't know before or you didn't do before?
Yeah, I learned how to make pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't get any when lockdown started. I couldn't get any traditional Neapolitan style pizzas, so I bought a pizza oven and I learned how to make pizza. So that was something that I learned how to do, and it taught me a lot about myself.
I'm kind of curious if that oven is going to be used ever again when you're not home anymore at all.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, it better be. I hope so too. You know, Jonas, you have such an amazing career, like I said, and I'm not just saying this. I really love what you do, and I love the passion you put into it. And I think there's a lot of hard work in it. And I also know that there's nothing, you know, there's probably not a formula to know how to get to where you're getting right now. But if you could, you know, say something that, you know, has worked for you throughout the years since you started till now, that you keep creating hit after hit, what would it be? What would it be, that lesson that you've learned?
I think, you know, the one thing that I do with my music is I really trust my gut, you know, and I have to have that feeling. I have to have, it's almost like when you meet someone new for the first time and you fall in love and you get those butterfly feelings in your stomach. I make sure every time I finish a song that I feel that way. If I don't feel that way, then there's something not right, and you know, I'm not giving it my best. So I always look for that every time. And sometimes it's very frustrating when you don't feel that, because you know, you have to, it's not easy making these songs. And that's the thing, right, is that I did an interview a while back, and I think people think by doing these kind of happy, positive songs, people think they're really easy to make, but they're actually the most difficult songs to make, because the thing with sad songs is they're a lot easier to sound more kind of legitimate, and you know, like a real songwriter, because you're writing about heartbreak. But to try and write a happy song every time is very, very difficult. And you know, that's mainly because that's how I feel in my life right now. You know, I don't feel sad, I feel happy, and I want to, you know, I want to put that out to other people. So yeah, I just try to never forget that message, and then, you know, make sure I feel in my gut that those butterflies, and that's just something that I try to do with every song. So that's the advice that I can give. And you know, even to this point, I've never been in this for the money. You know, this is I live for those moments, like I said to you, you know, when you get a chorus or you get a musical melody and you're just like, oh my god, and you're jumping up in the room. Those are the moments that I live for, you know.
I need to be in one of those moments, because I've obviously never experienced something like that, but it has happened with interviews as well. But just tell me a little bit about what you're working on and what should we expect from now on, because, you know, I feel like you keep getting your stakes higher and higher and higher, and how do you manage to top yourself every single time?
Well, I am definitely my own worst enemy. I get bored very easily, so I always like to try new things. You know, Naked doesn't sound like any of my other songs. You know, it's something completely new. So, yeah, I'm very much influenced by, you know, bringing real musicians back into the studio at the moment. I mean, everything on Naked is live. You know, real bass player, real keyboard player, real horns. You know, everything is live, and something that I've not done on my previous tracks. So I'm definitely experimenting with that at the moment. I have my record label called Electronic Nature, where I'm signing records that I play out in the clubs. I'm always kind of looking for new talent, and you know, the label's going very well, and we're just putting out new music all the time. So yeah, I'm just really busy with that, and I'm trying to go back with some of the people that I previously collaborated with, people like Rita Ora, Liam Payne, even JP Cooper, just to, you know, to try and work on some more music with them. So yeah, lots to come.
That's amazing. I have to ask you, because we have a movie show in Los 40. Have you been watching anything at all? Because I feel like you've been super busy this quarantine.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the last thing I watched was Tiger King.
Okay, it seems very popular in the UK. Why is that?
I have no idea. I mean, we were very, very bored in the UK at one point, so that's probably why. But yeah, I don't really watch much TV, to be honest. I just spend a lot of my time in here. I did watch the Michael Jordan series, if you saw that on Netflix, which was just such an inspiration to me. So yeah, that was the last thing I watched. Yeah.
Would you be willing to maybe put music into a movie? Because I think that would be great and such a huge challenge.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is that there was a song on my album called "I See Love" with Joe Jonas, and that actually started with I had a meeting in LA, and someone at the time said to me, "Oh, we're working on the movie Hotel Transylvania #3. We'd love you to do a song for the movie. You know, have you got anything, you know, happy and talking about love?" And I was like, "I have a song called I See Love." And that became the final title song, the credit song in the movie. So that's one of the ones that I've done. But yeah, I'd definitely love to do some more, for sure.
What if you had to do it from scratch? Like someone gave you a film and, hey, you have to put music on the whole film. That would be crazy.
That'd be amazing. I mean, I would love to do that. Yeah.
Is there any director you would love to do that for you? Like, hey, I mean, Jonas, here's my film.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino would be amazing. I think, you know, I like a lot of like the rom-coms that, you know, come out of Hollywood and things like that. So, you know, even like classic movies like The Holiday. You know, I'd love to like make music for films like that. So yeah.
I feel like you would have been perfect for 500 Days of Summer. Maybe because it has such a mood change story.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm up for it.
I need to see that, and if that happens, I hope you remember that I gave you the idea of doing it.
Yeah, I'll cut you in on it.
Thank you so much. I really hope to see you here in Mexico very soon.
Definitely. Thank you so much, and as always, thank you for the support.
Of course, and thank you for your time, and hope to see you soon. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Esta fue la entrevista con Jonas Blue en Los 40. Recuerden que ya pueden escuchar su sencillo en la programación Naked. No se lo pueden perder. Soy Gaby Cam. Nos vemos la próxima.
Tarjeta 40 presentó Los 40 desde casa. Kitchen Bar.